Welcome again to another episode of the C-List Villains Podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture. I'm your host, AJ, and tonight I've got C-List Villainous Red in the house. It's just going to be us two tonight. E-Man and Luke are off for the night. We were almost off as well, but Red,
work.
Red, what was that? Red?
Both overwork.
Yeah, we're both pretty tired, but you know what? Thank this episode for Red. He pushed it. He said, "Let's just go on." I'm like, "All right, let's do it. Let's do it."
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Because there's a few things we should be able to talk about.
Yeah.
Damn, the DC Fandome came out. There's news from the Marvel side where they're pushing off some movies to later in the year or even to 2022. What else is happening? Oh, there's a brand new zombie series out on Sci-Fi, which is actually pretty decent. And
Okay.
and right now, I think TNT has all the Marvel movies is recycling through their channel right now.
Really?
Well, you texted me. I was just watching Thor Ragnarok, and I just finished Endgame. Like, all right, great. I could watch this stuff. That'd be great.
You were watching Monday Night Football?
Nah. I figure there's some pretty good teams. But I was like, I wasn't really interested in them. I have no horse in that race.
Gotcha.
But I figure, watch some Marvel movies. Maybe go back and forth with The Office as well, because they're doing the third season, which is actually the season that got my attention with The Office, was starting with the gay witch hunt episode.
Okay.
So that's the episode where Jim already had moved to the new office in I can't remember the name, but it was also the episode where Michael was throwing the gay word all over the office and calling Oscar, who ends up being gay, and calls him gay. No, sorry, call him faggy. Sorry, excuse my language there, but yeah. So that offended Oscar, and they go through this whole intervention thing, and at the end we see Oscar and Michael kiss at the end.
Okay, I remember that episode.
Yeah. Oh, and then the bonus post credits or before the credits was Dwight receiving a metal detector, but it's a metal detector disguised as a gaydar for him to detect other gay people in the office. It was sent by Jim.
I see. Okay, I vaguely remember that episode. I don't know if that show. Do you think that particular type of episode could be played today?
It was off of network TV during the syndication, beginning of the syndication, because of the fact that they're using faggy as a connotation for gay people. So they edit that word out. So they just blank it out. That way they don't mention it.
Wait, in the original showing, they edited that word out?
No, they did not. Because back in 2004, I mean, it was a whole different world then.
But do you think, is what I'm asking is, do you think that episode, that particular episode could have aired in today's climate?
Yes, with a caveat of not using that word.
Right.
So that's why they had it now for the newer viewers who are
Right.
just experiencing The Office. They are experiencing it with an edited version of that particular episode.
Gotcha.
Which is just basic, a small edit, and just blanking out the word that might offend people nowadays.
Right.
It's completely acceptable.
Red, you got some mail calls there or what?
Yeah, I do actually. I got a.
Oh, nice. The Department of Truth Nirvana cover.
Yeah, Nirvana cover, which is done by artist Javon Jordan.
Nice. A guest of the show, friend of the show.
On the show, and yeah, I bought that off of our buddy James. So yeah, he was offering it, and I took it just because I needed to have it.
Gotcha.
Beautiful.
All right. Well, again, we're going to have kind of a short episode tonight. we wanted to do an overall reaction on some of the trailers we saw for DC Fandome. Essentially, the new Flash trailer, the new Batman trailer, and the new Black Adam trailer. Red, overall, what were your thoughts on? You can go individually or as a whole. What were your thoughts on the
As a
trailer?
whole, I think DC's finally going in the right direction as far as like their movies are. Because yeah, they're still if they're going the way they are going now and not going through the whole shared universe like Marvel is doing, standalone movies is good enough. And as long as you have connecting stories from within that certain universe, and as long as the movie is well written, I think they could pull it off. Batman looked good, especially with Zoe Kravitz being casted as Catwoman. I think that's an A-list casting right there. We're looking at least two of the main bad guys from the Batman gallery of baddies, which is Penguin and the Riddler. And
Right.
I think a couple of Jokers are in there, but not the main Joker, I guess. So is it still
Joker hoodlums, I guess you could call them.
is it still post the Joker or Joaquin Phoenix Joker, or is it a whole different?
I think it's a whole different. I don't think they're using Joaquin. Joaquin Phoenix is not in this universe, from what I understand.
And this is also separate from the Batfleck Batman movies.
Yeah.
But most likely because of the Flash movie, we might get a hint of the whole multiverse thing with all the Batmans.
Mhm.
So even with that trailer for the Flash, you only get a glimpse and back silhouette of Michael Keaton's Batman and the original Corvette Batmobile.
Was it a Corvette in the original '89
Stingray
Batman?
Corvette. It was a no, yeah, '89 Batman was a Stingray Corvette that was, I guess modified for the show or for the movie.
Okay.
Before that one, what was the original Batman? Something Adams.
Adam West.
Adam West. Yeah, I think that one was also a Corvette. That was the convertible. I can't remember what model. But yeah, quite excited for that. Black Adam was another one that we saw just recently. Quick trailer, really didn't really put much of the story. Just introduces the man in the cape, which is the Rock, appearing before some people, and then he kills them off, and that was it. I figured, what a way to introduce the Rock into the DC universe, or having him kill everybody, right?
Yeah.
Especially he's doing this pose right here, his first movie was the same pose for the Scorpion King.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so he pulls this shit off. So, I don't know. It could be full circle for him, or whatever it is. It looks decent enough. Hopefully, the writing and directing is better for all these DC films coming out. Because
Right.
the last half decade of 2010 through 2020, DC films have been shit. After the Nolan versus Batman. Good evening, Miss So. Good evening.
We got Miss So in the house. Good evening to you. How are you doing tonight, Miss So? Thank you for joining us. One of our faithful listeners.
And no, the viewers.
Viewers. I'm sorry.
We're more than the podcast now. We are, I guess,
What?
of a YouTube show.
Yeah, we've got a YouTube show. Let's just say that.
So we're media personality.
Okay. I feel weird saying that, but yeah.
E-Man's already there as far as like the media personality because he's already been nominated for an award.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what it was, but it was maybe for a media personality as well.
Some sort of fan thing.
Yeah, favorite media personality in comic book podcasts or shows. Something like that.
Yeah.
We're not influencers. We're villains.
We've got Miss So saying, I like the Snyderverse extended cut. You know what? I did too. I think most of us enjoyed the Snyder cut. I had no
Yes,
problems with that.
yeah. The Snyder cut was leaps and bounds better than the original or the Whedon version. And the fact that irks me though is it's still at 4:3 aspect because I don't have an IMAX television. Like I need it to be at long box form, but that's just me being nitpicky.
Right. I mean, the only thing that nitpicking about that is like if that actually was supposed to be his true version, like how would it have come out in theaters? There's no way that like you're gonna do like a 5 hour movie unless he split it like two and a half hours and did a part one and a part two.
Oh, because he had not program, but installed the intermission within the movie already. That's how they were broken up in the streaming service.
Yeah,
And
but I mean, if you were to put it in a movie theater, that's 5 hours. Someone gonna sit through 5 hours of a movie? That's a lot to ask for.
that's why you insert the intermission. Like here, there's a break in the movie. Take 15 minutes, go take a shit, come back and watch the rest of it. That's what they should have done for the last Lord of the Rings. But no, we were stuck to watching 10 fucking endings of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but I mean that's like I could see that if it's maybe a 3 hour movie, but like the Snyder Cut was like 5 hours, right? 5 or 6 hours.
I don't remember. I powered through it plus another roughly 3 hours worth of Mandalorian or whatever came out that week.
Okay, so you when you say you powered through it, you watched all of it back to back to back.
The entirety of the day that I watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you are yeah. There's no way I could have powered through 5 hours, 6 hours of that.
Miss So E-Man and Luke are okay. We had decided that we would take a break for a couple of weeks, but AJ being AJ, we wanted to make sure that our our street cred doesn't diminish by the time we're gone. So we're trying to install at least a few shows here and there
Yeah,
in order to keep you guys entertained and
we don't
best.
want to we don't want to lose you guys. So even if we're on for like 20 or 30 minutes on our scheduled days, we're gonna try and put out episodes for you guys.
But they'll come in and out until what do you call it? Until probably after Thanksgiving. When we get back from San Diego Comic Con, something like that, and then we'll go full time again. It's just it's been a busy season for us as far as like work wise, and I know Luke has a shop to run, and he's got a bunch of inventory to go through, and it just gives us time to catch up on things that we've been pulling off for the
Yeah,
last 18 months of this endeavor that we started,
yeah.
during the pandemic.
Ideally, we probably won't go full time, full speed ahead until maybe early next year. But we'll still put out content as much as we can. But probably won't be a consistent all four of us. I would say at least till next year, because we do got the holidays and everyone's got family stuff. So yeah.
Yeah,
Red, what did you
it's
think
crazy.
about
Work is crazy, so yeah. So
what?
definitely, we will take some time to get our mentality right, our physical being correctly, and even our diet because we're old and fat and diabetic. So
This is what for anyone who's wondering, this is what Misso has said. Same work is always crazy. So Red is just replying to that. Red, what did you think about the out of the three DC fandoms? Which one did you like the most out of the trailers? Which one are you looking forward to the most?
oh, I would look forward to the Flash movie with the Flashpoint because we finally get that multiverse movie that we were asking for, and so this would be the perfect vehicle for it. Um, and seeing all the rumors and news about it, where I'm really excited on seeing all the people they brought forward, all the Batman universes. You got Affleck, you got Bale was supposed to be attached to it. I don't know if what's his face is attached to the new Batman, but you also got Jeffrey Dean Morgan, might reprise his role as Thomas Wayne Batman.
Oh, he's supposed to be in it?
Well, that was the rumors I've been hearing and seeing.
Okay. Miss So says, I like Ezra as the Flash so far. You know what? Me
Here we
personally,
go. I gotta hear this.
I thought he was the weakest Justice League member on the in the Snyderverse. I wasn't a fan of this Flash. I would have liked to see someone who wasn't as goofy.
Wally West has always been goofy though.
I wouldn't call him goofy. He was more like a charming. He had more of a charm to him, but this one was just straight out goofy. Like there was no charm to him, in my opinion.
So, what do you think DC was aiming for their own version of Deadpool, having be the smartass in the group?
No, I think they were trying to make him the Spider-Man of the group, and he's never been a Spider-Man of comics, in my opinion.
Why be Spider-Man when you could be the Flash?
But personality-wise,
Oh,
they were making him like the Tom Holland Spider-Man of the Justice League.
I don't see it.
Oh. You don't see that, really?
No, I don't. It just maybe because they required a comedic person to equal out all the seriousness in the cast, because you're not going to get that out of Cyborg nor Batman. Superman is dead most of the movie. Wonder Woman, she's eye candy up until the end where she kicks ass. Lois Lane had a small role. And you got a little bit from Jeremy Irons as far as the comedy is concerned, but yeah, so there was nobody else but Barry Allen to give some kind of jokes. Oh, I forgot Aquaman.
Aquaman was in there too. Yeah,
but he had more jokes in the Whedonverse Justice League, and then they took him. I think he became like just a badass character in the Snyderverse one.
Yeah, I liked the Aquaman in the Snyderverse cut myself. Miss So says, I didn't read a lot of Flash over the years, so I'm not as familiar with the comic versions. I used to watch a TV version Flash too for a few seasons. Yeah, I did too. Actually, I did watch the ones
TV WB Kids, right? The one on Saturday mornings where they would show Batman Beyond, Justice League, and I think when Flash finally had his own little miniseries there.
I don't know if he had his own show, but he was in the Justice League cartoon.
Yeah.
With Michael Rosenbaum as the voice. Yeah. But like I was saying, if you were to watch that, and even if you were to watch the CW current Flash, he's never as goofy as the Ezra Miller Flash. Oh, Miss So is saying, not the cartoons, the live action Flash. Yeah, that's true.
The Arrowverse version.
Yeah, Arrowverse Flash.
Yeah.
I mean, did you ever watch the Flash TV show?
Cut here and there, but I lost interest after third season of the Arrow, and then first season of the Flash. I just couldn't. I don't know. It just got weird for me. Maybe because I was still more slighted about how Smallville ended, and that they didn't get to use Justin Hartley as the Flash, and there's a new guy.
Oh, okay. I don't even remember the Flash. Oh, I vaguely remember the Flash in Smallville.
Yeah, I meant Justin Hartley playing Arrow, Green Arrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's right. I remember that.
The guy who played Flash on the Smallville series, he's basically a nobody.
I don't want to say he's a nobody.
He didn't have a career after that, and maybe because they they didn't really want to focus on the group where it's supposed to be Clark Kent's story coming out
Yeah.
of Smallville.
Yeah. What did you think about the Keaton narration over the Flash? I mean, that was one thing I did like. Do you think we're gonna get a lot of Keaton, or is it gonna be like small bits?
Hard to tell, because the trailer didn't really give you a lot to guess, like how many dimensions or multiverses that he's traveled through, especially with his other versions of himself or his friends.
Yeah. Um, I like that they're gonna use Keaton, and Keaton's gonna be he's actually gonna it seems he's gonna be wearing his '89 Batman costume. Hopefully, the technology is better so that he can turn his head around and it's not his full body like how it used to be.
Well, hey,
Um,
you can't blame the costume designer for that kind of flaw. You just wanted to be comic accurate.
well, I know that's what I'm saying. Like back then, I don't know if you're aware that the costume he couldn't move
Yeah,
his neck.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I watched the same movie as you did. Both versions. I mean, the sequel and that first one. And
So all I'm saying is
I had to say,
hopefully all I'm saying is hopefully they will upgrade his outfit so that he can do more head movements.
why? He's like 60 years old. I don't think he's gonna fight. He's just gonna be like some kind of oracle.
So you would rather just see him in the old costume where he can't move around though, where he was stiff?
I'm indifferent. It doesn't matter to me
Okay.
because you're not gonna see actual Michael Keaton do the stunts.
What if I mean he played Vulture not too long ago?
He still didn't do the stunts because he had a helmet on, so it covered the stunt man.
But I mean, if you're gonna go that route, then technically he could still play Batman if he was playing Vulture, right? I mean,
We can go. Yeah, we can also say that Harrison Ford can still play Indiana Jones at 82. We can play him, yeah, but I don't think he'll do the stunts. He's too valuable as the face of the franchise to have him do the stupid shit.
let's see how old Michael Keaton is right now. Michael Keaton, oh yeah, he's pretty old. He's 70.
Exactly. See,
But I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he does stunts.
look, we just saw Bill Shatner go to space.
Who?
William Shatner.
Oh, okay. What about him?
Okay, we just saw him go to space. So he didn't have to go through the whole astronaut training just to go to space.
Wait, William Shatner actually went to space?
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that.
Dude, it was all over the news last week.
Oh, I did not follow that news. So.
Jeff Bezos shot up into space. It is like dildo shaped rocket.
Miss So says, I still love Keaton, but luckily he looks younger than. Yeah, he does actually. I thought he was like maybe late 50s, but I didn't know he was 70. Yeah. Keaton he looks like he has been taking care of himself. So that's good.
Oh yeah, I remember there was another movie that was just released a couple months ago. I forgot what it was, but it was some kind of action flick. He was in there, and the half Asian girl from Nikita was like the main character, and yeah, he did some stuff on that one too. He did some fight scenes.
Okay, so I mean, it's not completely out of the realm that he'll do his own stunts.
He'll probably do stuff for like the hero shots.
Yeah, he'll do the hero shots. He'll do the hero shots.
He's not taking a hit or taking a fall. It's a stunt man.
Yeah. But either way, I really hope that they improve the technology on his outfit.
So he only rode it for 6 minutes.
All right. One other thing I wanted to talk about is on that Batman trailer. I mean, you would think that someone would aim Robert Pattinson in the face, right? I don't understand that. That I didn't quite get. Because there's a lot of shots of gunmen shooting him all over the body, but he's got this whole face that they could just shoot, but they don't even try. That I mean, hopefully they'll kind of explain that somehow, right? Or do you
Every
think it's
Batman has a mouthless cowl. You figured this could have happened a long time ago. Him getting shot in the mouth, but it just seems like he's too fast for the bullets to catch up, or that he's got something there that we don't know about that's covering the mouth from getting shot.
I don't know about that. My theory is just comic book nonsense where they like no one's actually thought about shooting him in the face.
If Batman was already like up to you at point blank range, you don't have time to shoot him. But
That's true too. Yeah.
and if you're long range with a sniper rifle, you still wouldn't be able to get him because he'll be able to reach you first. I mean, that's how Batman is, right? He's that good.
Technically speaking, yeah, the writers just make him even literally immortal in that sort of way.
That's his superpower. He's like, super ninja.
Miss So says, I'm very burnt out on Batman movies, but I gotta admit, the trailer is gradually sucking me in. I am part of the problem with reboots. You know what? I'm gonna say I'm with you on that, Miss So. I think Red is with you on that as well. We are always going to be watching Batman movies. It always seems like if every Batman movie is different than the other. Like there's never been. I mean, I guess the same formula is used, but there's always different variations within the movies, I
Okay,
guess.
okay. Maybe we're not burnt out on reboots. We're just burnt out on the same origin story, retold a different way. Just
There you go.
go on to the next Batman adventure.
Yeah.
Go on to the next baddie that he needs to fight. And I'm okay with that. Because look, that's what it did with Spider-Man. They didn't have to go through the whole gauntlet of another origin movie.
Yeah.
They already did that with Garfield and Maguire. And they gave him a small one in Homecoming where you just said, something happened and got bit by a spider, and now he has powers.
Yeah. I agree with that actually. Yeah. No more origin stories. Just get straight to the story. Yeah.
Like, yeah, if you got another actor to play the I guess the legacy character, that's fine. It happens. People get old and people move on from those franchises. If you're gonna continue the story or tell a different part of the story, don't need to start with the origin story anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Red, you said you had some Marvel news. I didn't even catch any of this. So you said some
Oh
movies
yeah,
were pushed
yeah,
back.
yeah. They had pushback. Well, let me get my phone here real quick. I'm not gonna find my phone. There it is. Yeah, they moved a couple of movies to later dates.
Is this
And
verified?
uh, well, it's from something robot, right? So you figured that's not really verified, but it's already on. It was on Google News already, so you can say it's already verified.
It looks like it might be. So it looks like Disney delays Doctor Strange 2 and a few other Marvel movies.
Yeah, yeah, and then they took off. They took two off the schedule. I don't know which ones. I guess they were untitled. And my only guess, because of the way the Screen Actors Guild, the whole people who make movies, the gaffers, the screenwriters, the directors and camera holders, all of them were supposed to go on strike this week, but they came up with a tentative deal in order for them to keep on going. But maybe that could have an effect anyway, because maybe they're already easing off the job. So in order for them to catch up, they moved the movies 2 months further down the date, or even into 2022.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of briefly going through this. It looks like Doctor Strange will come out May 6th instead of its previous March 25 release. Thor will hit theaters July 8th. Black Panther November 11th. And that's all Captain Marvel sequel. The Marvels will land February 17, 2023. And wow, Ant-Man Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium won't come out till July 28th, 2023, and Guardians May 5, 2023. So those three movies are not coming out for at least another year, and then everything else is going to be late. Well, not late, mid next year.
Yeah. So we're still slated for at least 3 Marvel movies a year. But what do you call it? I, don't be surprised that Black Panther will get pushed out even further. If Letitia Wright keeps on getting herself get caught up in this news, as far as like her views on anti-vax.
Right.
So
Okay.
maybe we'll be seeing some rewrites there, and we'll probably be seeing more of Michael B. Jordan taking up the mantle than Letitia Wright.
You think that Michael B. Jordan is in the new Black Panther movie?
Yeah. I have a feeling that in order for, I guess, in order to fill the hole that Chadwick Boseman left, is to bring the other guy in that was supposed to be Black Panther too.
But he died though. So how would you think that they're gonna bring Killmonger back?
He died, but we're talking about a multiverse.
So you're saying it's gonna be a multiverse thing?
That, or because Wakanda is so advanced that they saved them, and we're gonna see a retcon.
I think more multiverse. I don't see, like, that's the only way I think they can bring him back. I don't think there's a way they're going to.
Back to comics, they could come back in TV and movies.
Yeah, but we don't, like, as a fan. Do you want to? Then if that's the case, then you can literally say they'll bring back Robert Downey Jr. I mean, don't you want your movies to have some sort of levity where when people die, people die?
Yeah, but they're already bringing back RDJ as the voice of the AI.
Yeah, as an AI, but not as Tony, like physical Tony Stark. That I'm okay with, but I would, if someone dies in the movies, me personally don't want to see them come back unless the only way is if you use multiverse, so they're not in the actual MCU,
Yeah,
they're in a different
AI
universe.
can run an Iron Man suit too.
But that's still not physical human Tony Stark, though.
We still have RDJ reprising the role.
You have a robot or an AI being RDJ, but it's not the physical RDJ.
In essence, yes, but still, the actor's there reprising the role. And let's see what the missile said. Do we really need a movie about the Wasp? Storm can't get a movie, but the Wasp is. Actually, Storm is also slated to be in the Black Panther sequel.
Supposedly.
Yeah, because it's that T'Challa and Aurora Monroe were an item. So maybe that's how we get introduced to the X-Men after. And the whole twin or clone could be a possibility too. I mean,
are you talking about
have you seen Beer Fest?
No.
Okay, Beer Fest is the guys who made the Troopers movie.
Uh-huh.
Okay. One of the guys dies, gets killed by one of the, I guess, bad people. But then he comes back. It claims to be the twin brother.
All right, but okay. I mean, like I said though, I'm assuming Miss you're talking about Michael B. Jordan. So I'm just gonna go put it out there. I feel like if you're gonna bring back people, multiverse is okay, but bringing people back from the actual dead, it loses levity in all the other movies that we've watched. And that's just me personally.
People forget about it and probably be more excited seeing the actor back in the role.
I mean, it would have to be like if they brought back Robert Downey in like 10 years. It can't be like right away, I don't think.
Well, when was Endgame? 2019? And it's what, 2021? So let's say they bring him back for phase 5. or end of Phase 4.
I mean, maybe, but like, I would think it would lose some luster for me because the guy died, and
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see if it does happen. We'll come back around, review the movie, and see how you feel about the actor being revived back to life.
okay,
Okay.
all right, but I don't think my I don't think my thoughts are going to change though. But I might say, yeah, that's cool, but I would still say you lose levity when you bring back a character from the dead.
See, even Lola disagrees with you.
Oh, well, look, Miss O agrees with me. If characters keep getting brought back, then what's the point of them dying? Exactly, right?
Well, just like comics, they get brought back. Maybe not right away, but they always come back. Those characters are never fully dead.
I mean, I think you and I are going to agree to disagree on this one, but Miss O agrees with me, so
All right,
that's 2-1.
that's fine. That's fine. I'll take that. But no one's truly dead in the comic book universe.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. We got any other news to talk about? I think that's it, right?
Yeah. For now, I mean, we're looking forward to more stuff coming out for next year. Maybe, we'll probably get some more Marvel news, maybe some Star Wars news coming up in a couple weeks because we're gonna get the Book of Boba Fett, and maybe a little bit more on news about the next season of Star Wars Visions because it seems like that's getting some heat right now, and probably more about the Disney Plus shows as well because again with the whole was the impending walkout or strike, that could have affected also the stuff that for those shows, just like it happened during 2006 when we had the writer strike, which totally screwed up everything in the industry, and also the shows that got affected or ended up being canceled, just like Heroes. Like the writing was excellent from the first to second season, but when the strike hit, the writing completely went downhill, and the show went downhill, and ended up getting canceled after the fourth season.
Right. I'm not gonna lie, Red. I completely forgot what your point of what you were just saying was. But okay, sure.
Disagree.
um,
It is annoying sometimes, so it is because it just seems like we can't move on to a new person playing the character, or just move on to a whole different one in order to take place of the last character that died.
what was your point, Red? I don't even remember what your point was.
With the whole
Oh, people always come back to life or whatever.
yeah. Well, that was another point about the stuff getting fucked up because of the whole writer strike.
Gotcha.
And shit just since if they don't nip it in the bud right away, quality of the stuff that they're writing and directing will go down.
All right. Jumpman has come on. Thank you for joining us. Jumpman 209, Black Adam teaser. We did talk about that briefly.
You missed it. Go rewind the show.
Yeah, we did talk about that early on. So catch it on the rewind when we post it.
On the
overall, we did like it. For me personally, I enjoyed the Batman trailer the most. Red liked the Flash trailer out of all three. But I think the both of us were both in agreement that we are looking forward to it. And we both believe that like DC, they don't have to do the Marvel route. You don't have to make movies all
in a one same universe. Yeah. You can go standalone character or standalone universe, Batman universe, Superman universe, without any of the other stuff interacting with it. That's completely fine. Everybody does things differently, and it's people have to accept the fact that if you don't want to do a shared universe, that's okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe someday that you will and then do it right. But for now, that's what should have happened all before they jumped into the Justice League portion and had their standalone movies or origin movies, and then start introducing every character in everybody else's universe. That way, when you do have that first Justice League movie, that everybody's already been acclimated with each other. Doesn't you know? You don't have to spend half of the first big ensemble movie, introducing the whole group and having to do another origin. When instead you could just jump right into the action and fight the main antagonist.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with you, Red. Me personally, I would have loved it if they just did standalone stuff because, Marvel's already doing that whole everything's connected. And I think we'll go back to the Flash. I think that the multiverse thing is a good way to pretty much say we can do standalone movies because they're all in their own little universe. And if we ever decide to do crossovers, we can either do it all the characters that are belonging to one universe, or it could be a multiverse of characters.
Yeah, and plus the fact that with the standalone movies, with the first origin movie, if the character sucked, you don't have to use that person on the next ensemble movie.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. A la Ezra Miller. I didn't say that.
Ouch. Hey, they could have replaced him with Gustin.
I would have personally. Listen, I don't know what's going on between CW and WB, but I've always thought that they should have used Michael Rosenbaum as Luthor in the movies. They should have seen if who's the CW Superman?
Tom Welling?
Yeah, they should have. No, Welling.
Oh, Welling, so not the current one.
No. They should have gone to Tom Welling and Rosenbaum to see if they would be interested in doing a full budget movie. And I stopped watching The Flash, but those first two seasons, I was fine with Grant Gustin. I would not have minded if they used him in the movies personally.
Yeah, even if they brought back Brandon Routh as Superman, I would have been okay with that because he played an awesome Superman on Superman Returns. As far as the whole multiverse, I think the TV side of things on the CW, they did a pretty good job with that because they brought in Ezra Miller for a scene to do with Grant Gustin.
Yeah.
Then they brought Brandon Routh to play not just the guy who's playing right now, I forgot the superhero's name, but he also brought him in as Superman. I think Red Kryptonite's son Superman or some.
I don't recall. I know that the W or CW they did their own version of the Flashpoint, I believe. So
this was to end, Arrow. That's why, that was the big send off for Stephen Amell. So they did a great job on the TV side, and probably even doing great on the cartoon side as well. But when it comes down to the movies, holy shit, they just it's terrible. It's terrible.
I mean, yeah, I have faith that next year will be a better year for all DC movies. So yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like there's way too many chefs in the kitchen to cook one dish.
I like that analogy. Yeah.
All these execs want this and that and this, when the real guy who needs to really put any input is the director and the writer.
Yeah.
Well, let them achieve their vision of what they need for this character in this series, not just what. Let's say we put in Mr. Mitsapitzik to that'll make all the minorities happy. Yeah, we'll put that guy in.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Jumpman had said Shazam 2 picks. I didn't even look for those. So, but I'm sure it's great.
Hey,
Um,
yeah, Zachary Levi is a good looking man. So any pictures of Zach, I'm all for it, man. You know, I'd go gay for Chuck. Great
yeah.
dude, and total waste of character when he played Faramir on Thor. I mean,
Oh
he had
yeah. That's
a
right.
role on Thor: The Dark World, but man, he was diminished on the like one scene in Thor Ragnarok. Like man, it was completely disappointing. Like the kill him off right away.
Yeah. Miss So says, I've liked the DC movies, but I was always partial to DC, or maybe I'm just in denial. There's some DC movies that I was okay with, and then some that I was disappointed with. But yeah, I don't think they're as bad as everyone says, but there definitely need some improvement on some of the stuff that was theatrically
I think
released.
the reason for that is we were spoiled. We were really spoiled by Marvel. Marvel got on the get go from Iron Man and on. You know, they gave you post credit scenes and a lot of hints and Easter eggs for a bigger multiverse. And right off the bat, when Snyder took over that whole you know part of DC and Warner Brothers, is like okay, they telling him like we want this in our universe. We want the whole Marvel treatment. But since WB seems like they wanted to run before they learn how to walk, and that's why
Yeah,
they fumbled everything.
yeah, and I as much as I enjoy the Marvel movies, I'll be one of the first to say that not every Marvel movie was a hit. There are some stinkers in there that people forget about, but the ones that we love, they kind of make up for the bad movies.
Yeah, I mean, Thor: The Dark World wasn't the greatest.
Iron Man 2 and 3 weren't the
Two
greatest.
was great. Three was
Whoa! You thought 2 was great, really?
I love two. Two was two was the like you could tell the transition from Disney was starting to happen, so they were trying to keep it playing a little bit safe. But once it got into Iron Man 3, that's when Disney totally took over the whole Marvel franchises. So it got really PG. But Iron Man 2 was actually pretty good.
I don't know, man. Maybe I need to rewatch, but I don't remember it being very memorable. From
Or maybe because you forgot that was like the time when they switched out their Cody Rhodes character from what's his face to you know
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, I don't think Age of Ultron aged well.
Oh yeah, that one too. That one was horrible.
I mean, even like I've told you my opinion on the first Avengers movie too. So I've said that in my thoughts on that movie numerous times
Well,
on the show.
it's Josh Whedon, right? I mean, the whole movie made pretty good money. It really set off the good tone on the in the Marvel universe side as far as like a whole ensemble. But yeah, it's because it had that perfect mix of comedy, action, and great storytelling. And yes, we could have done without the comic accurate Captain America suit, but it's
It was great for what it was at the time.
at the time, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now people want the Captain America stealth suit or some shit like that, right? That's actually not form fitting, but practical to what
Yeah, I want a practical Captain America outfit. All right.
you don't need a slim down, just polyester jumpsuit and the Star Spangled Banner kind of colors. You want him to be tactical. You
Yeah,
want him to be tactical, America.
yeah. Let's not have him. Yeah, this is Yeah, let's not see him in a bright blue anymore. That's for sure.
Well,
All
he was
right.
a big blue Boy Scout, man. If it wasn't more for that blue suit,
What was that?
he wouldn't be the big blue Boy Scout if it wasn't for that suit.
Miss So said, just throw nipples on suits, probably. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Nipples on suits always saves the day.
Okay. All right.
Even the cod piece. Cod piece must be big and bulging.
All right. All right. I don't know about all that. Okay.
Have you ever worn a cod piece?
I'm just saying we don't. I don't know if we really need that in the movies, but
Hey, we thought we didn't need nipples on suits until we got the
the
that
was it
yeah with
Clooney? Was it Clooney one?
yeah, it was
Clooney Batman?
Clooney because I know Kilmer didn't have nipples on his suit.
I don't remember. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Well, I'll have to disagree on that one, but hey, that's why we've got a show, right? We've got varying opinions.
You know why don't comic book have nipples on their suits?
I, I don't think it's necessary. I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
um.
I don't think Clooney ruined our innocence at all. I think it was Schumacher that really killed the Batman franchise by going full campy on Batman. I mean, you got from Tim Burton to Schumacher within three
Two movies.
two movies. Okay. Schumacher did okay with the Val Kilmer Batman because it was still dark. It had the Tim Burton feel, but you got down to full campy on Batman Forever. Was it Batman Forever? Oh no, Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin, yeah.
Yeah,
That was the Mr. Freeze one as well, right? Or no?
yeah. That was a Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? It's. I'm not gonna say it's entertaining, but I've seen parts of that movie, and it it is definitely different.
Yeah. I mean, there's other superhero movies that are not within the Marvel and DC franchise that are also terrible. I mean, look at Mortal Kombat 2. Look at Street Fighter. Uh, look at the original Super Mario Brothers movie with John Leguizamo. Oh,
Yeah,
and then like we'll all even dig back to 1991 where we had a bunch of nobodies play Billy and Jim Lee on Double Dragon.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, we could. Yeah, I mean, there's tons of movies we can list going on and on about what was terrible, what was good. Misso says, agreed. I did like Nicole Kidman in that version. Hubba hubba. Yeah, she was okay. I was more of a Vicky Vale fan myself. Yeah. One last thing. I just want a new Spawn movie, man. You know what? There was talk of a Spawn movie with Jamie Foxx, but I don't know what happened to that.
I think McFarlane's still working on that because he had news about it last year, but then the COVID hit and it probably shelved it for a few more years. We'll see what happens next year. Maybe he'll resurrect it.
Yeah, especially with all the new Spawn comics. Maybe he's gearing up for a big 2022, and then maybe he'll do an announcement for the movie sometime next year.
Yeah, maybe better animation. I mean, granted, the first Spawn movie was state of the art. You know, it was great for its day, but the animation now is like we can do better.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, not counting what happened on Let There Be Carnage or Venom 2. That was an anomaly.
Yeah, you're the only one who watched it, right, Red?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did. It was good. It was good, but the CGI could be better.
okay, all right. Hopefully I'll get to watch it soon so I can compare notes on that movie with you.
Coming from a Sony who makes PlayStations, they could have had better CGI off a video game.
Right. Who knows? We don't know what their budget was all about. But yeah, I think we've covered everything we wanted to cover tonight, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
We went like 25 minutes over.
I know we went our full hour. So,
so maybe we should have her on. Maybe we should have her co-host. You want to talk about it later?
We'll talk about that later.
All right, we'll talk about it later.
But thank you.
So,
well, thank you for coming on, Miss O, and thank you for tuning in. Again, follow us on IG, AJ the Comic Collector, C-List Villainous Red. You can follow Luke Weeks at Luke Weeks, E-Man, C-List Villainous Red, or C-List E-Man.
And then rkfacomics.com for sales on Rare Keys and First Appearance comics. I think we still have books from Bunny Mask and BTB.
Beyond the Breach, yeah.
And, maybe look out for next year. We'll probably come up with another exclusive for you guys to buy. But for now, I think we're done for the year on books. And then next episode, maybe we'll, what do you think? We should bring back Reads of the Week?
Yeah, I didn't pick up anything last week. So hopefully this week I'll pick up something to read. But I went to the shop last Wednesday. I didn't pick one book up. So, yeah, it was pretty rough last week. With that being said, also follow our podcast Instagrams, C-List Villains and the C-List Villains podcast. And last but not least, I know I should be saying this in the beginning, but make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the YouTube so that you know when we come on. And make sure you guys let all your friends know about the podcast so that we can get more viewers. Again, once we hit 200, I do plan on doing a giveaway. So I think we're fairly close, another 40 subscribers, and we'll get 200 on YouTube. And with that being said, guys, thank you, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace out. Thanks again for listening to another episode of the C-List Villains podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and email us at clistvillains@gmail.com. You can also leave us a voicemail or text us at 209-975-7597. Be sure to join Luke Week's Facebook group, Rare Keys and First Appearance Comics. And you can follow us on our two Instagram accounts, C-List Villains and C-List Villains Podcast. Lastly, follow the villains on their separate IG accounts, at Luke Weeks, at C-List Villainous Red, at C-List E-Man, and I am at AJ the Comic Collector. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next episode.